This is David, or as my friends from the gym like to call me, Triple D, and I'm here with my first video review here on this channel. Hope you guys like it. So the first things first, I'm gonna introduce you to this little brand from Mexico called Torres Medina, or TM, whatever you like to call it. Well, the first thing that can be pointed out is that you know this is a genuine Hecho in Mexico product, a genuine made in Mexico product, first by the tag, and then by the shape of the glove, because Mexican boxing gloves have a very specific shape, a very specific look to them. Like you can tell this is a typical Mexican-made puncher's glove. And by puncher's glove, I mean this was made more for maximum impact. This is made more for damage. These gloves were made for tearing stuff up on the bag. These were made to do damage to whatever the heck these things hit. So obviously, you know, for these gloves, I would not recommend them for sparring. I recommend them more for bag and mitts, because anyone you spar with will probably not have the warmest, kindest feelings to you afterwards. Again, I'm sorry, Marlon. Forgive me, pal. Hope you can forgive me for that. You know, love you, bud. Love you, bud. Okay, there's my shout out to Marlon right there. And so now another thing that I'd like to point out is that this was made with genuine leather, not made with synthetic stuff. So you know it was made to last a little bit longer. And then another little detail are these little white lines. Because what those are welted seams. Those were kind of put in there to give the glove a little extra reinforcement. So you know that whoever put these in there, made these things to last. They really cared about the product they were making. So definitely a big thumbs up. So you know this is made to last. This was made to last a while, not just to look pretty. As far as how these gloves feel, how these gloves look and feel, how they function, how they perform, like I said before, I would not recommend them for sparring. You can definitely feel impact. You can definitely feel it when you start hitting the glove, hitting the bag, hitting the mitts. First time you use these gloves, you really don't feel much of anything on your knuckles. It's a little stiff. It's a little, you really don't feel much of anything. You feel like your hands are fully covered and you can just punch right through anything, a brick wall, you know, your annoying coworker's face, whatever just happens to be in the way. So, I mean, really, I'd say as far as the way they look and perform, they'd probably be one of the third option in an old school Van Damme movie, where the other two options for weapons in the ultimate death match were brass knucks, hemp ropes with resin on them, dipped in glass, and then these monstrosities. Like these things really feel like they're gonna punch right through anything like a missile. And then, you know, one thing I'd like to point out about these is they're definitely very stiff. Like you feel like your hands are kind of forced a certain way, like they're forced into a certain position. They're forced into a proper fist, a proper punch form. You know, your thumb is going to feel a little weird, a little out of place. It's going to feel like it's trapped between leather and it feels like it's trapped under leather and cardboard. It feels, feels a little weird, but it's not a big deal to me. Some people might find that a little uncomfortable. I know that's another hallmark of Mexican boxing gloves, is they're a little tight on the thumb. They pinch a little on the thumb, but that's really not a big deal for me. They're also made a little longer. They have that, like I said, that little that little look at the top, and that little, this little thing, this little feel groove, whatever you want to call it, whatever you want to call that. And so this was, it feels stiff. It feels, a little, feels a little uncomfortable for some people, but the reason it's made to feel stiff, the reason it's forced like that, not just for proper punch, not just to get that proper punch technique and everything in there, but it's also made to provide you extra support, extra wrist support, so you don't mess up your wrist, so you don't mess anything up. So, it's made for extra support. Some people like that feeling, some people don't, some people find that uncomfortable, and that's okay, to each their own. Everyone's allowed to have their opinion on that. And then any other details, I'd say, like I said, at first it feels fine. It feels like, you can punch right through anything and not feel a thing on your hands. But after a while, your knuckles are going to feel it. You're definitely going to feel a little something on your knuckles. So if you have hand issues, you'd like these at first, but you're probably not going to like them after a while, because you can definitely feel a little more impact on them. You're definitely going to feel like a little more of an impact on your knuckles. You're definitely going to feel that force on your knuckles after a good while. I mean, then again, I guess that's what boxing gloves do after a while. They, it's not going to feel just as protective as when you first put them on. That's And that's what happens when you're hitting bags, when you're hitting pads, when you're hitting stuff over and over and over. Another thing about the gloves is that they're not, I wouldn't say that they're, that they're at the proper, at the weight that's listed, because here it's listed at 16, but it definitely feels a little heavier than that. So it feels like you're basically like you're punching with a little extra resistance on your hands. You feel like you have a little extra weight on your hands. And I don't mean like just like the same, like a little bit of extra, like those extra 16 ounces you get whenever you use other gloves. I mean this feels like this feels like you have a little extra weight, like somebody might have put a weight inside the glove. So that's, again, not a big deal, but it is a bit of a deal for some people. So that's another little difference I could point out there. If you like these, you can find these on 95erathleticClub.com, 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 or you can also email the owner of the company, Mr. Juan Torres Medina, who goes by, whose email is jtorresz99mx@gmail.com. Very nice guy, very cool guy, excellent customer service. I remember when I first ordered a pair of these gloves, on the little thumb attachment, like this little thing right here on the thumb, tore right off on the very first day. I sent the guy a picture. I told him, hey, it tore up on the first day. A couple minutes later, I got an email right back from him saying, hey, sorry about that. That's not normal for my gloves. Just send me back the old ones, and I'll send you a brand new pair. Sure enough, about a week later, I got a brand new pair of gloves in the mail. And, really, the guy took care of me. He takes great care of his customers. This company does right by their customers. You can't go wrong with these guys. It's made to last. This is durable. That whoever made these, the people that made these really, really care. If you get it on 95erathleticClub.com, it comes in various other colors. These will run you up about $150, plus there's a little extra shipping and handling on top of that. Mind you, I know that's a little pricey, but, if you're at that point where you've been at this a while and you decide you're going to be in this a good while longer, you decide you're going to be in this for the long haul, then I definitely suggest investing in a pair of gloves. You're definitely going to want to invest in something that is going to last you a while. I know it's a bit pricey, but like I said, after a while you're going to want to invest. So definitely keep these gloves in mind once you decide you're going to do this. Once you decide you're going to do this for the long haul. They come in other colors, or you can also get a custom order if you email Mr. Juan. If you email him, he can get you he can do a custom order for you. But one thing I will note that you should note is that custom orders do take a while, and they do cost you a little bit extra. They'll charge you extra if you want, if you want your name on it, if you want some symbol on it, if you want to use metallic colors, all those other little things, they'll charge you extra. As a matter of fact, it takes a while. It costs a little extra, but if you want your own custom piece, go for it. Come on, it's your own custom piece. Who doesn't want that, right? So definitely, I strongly suggest you give these a try. Overall, I'd give them a solid 8.0 out of 10. Hope you find this very informative. I hope you like this. I hope to give you a few more videos eventually. Have a good one. Stay safe. Later. Bye-bye.